He is very dear to the Lord of Allah of the world. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ enjoined the highest level of Allah's love, intimacy. Not intimacy that we understand, which is the relationship between the husband and the wife. He said, Allah took me as His most intimate friend, as He had earlier taken Ibrahim as His most intimate friend. So the Prophet ﷺ, and we are going to speak about the details of that love between Allah Azza wa Jal and the Prophet ﷺ, and what is the level, because there are types of loves that we are going to discuss. So the Prophet ﷺ saying that Allah took Ibrahim as a friend and He took me as a friend. If I were to take an inhabitant of the earth as my most intimate friend, I would choose Abu Bakr, or I would choose Abu Bakr. But Allah, the most gracious, has taken your companion as His most intimate friend. Who was taken as the most intimate friend? The Prophet ﷺ. So the Prophet ﷺ was not able to take anyone else as a friend. Why? Because Allah chose him as a friend. So he cannot take another friend. But he said, if I would choose someone, I would choose Abu Bakr as my friend. There are levels of love that the scholars actually identified and classified. The first level is relationship, ilaqa. We have a relationship, we just had to know each other. This is called relationship or ilaqa. The heart fondness for the beloved. So they started having that heart connection. That's relationship. Then comes the will, irada, where the heart is inclined towards the beloved and seek the beloved. So that's a highest level, higher level, where the heart is inclined and then he seek the beloved one. Then comes sababa, where the heart overflows with love, which cannot be checked. So the person is just over, the love is filling the heart and it's overflowing. Then we have gharam, where the love clings to the heart and is always present, so the person does not forget his beloved. Then we have mawaddah. This is the pure, sincere and real love. Indeed, those who have believed and done righteous deeds, the most merciful will appoint for them affection. يَجْعَلُ لَهُمُ الرَّحْمَنُ وُدًّا. So the wood. So that is the fifth level of love. Then we have shaghaf, which is infatuation or love that has gone in innermost recesses of the heart. So there is no recess, no rest. The heart is occupied. Then we have ishq. This is the extreme love that even threatens the life of the lover. So the lover might actually sacrifice his life for that love. One cannot attribute this kind to Allah Azza wa Jalla, of course. Then we have tatayyum, which means love that enslaves. So you will find someone who is in love with a female, he's like a slave for her. It's just, he has no control. This is tatayyum. Then we have ubudiyyah, worship. And then we have khulla. This is the love that permeates and fills the spirit and the heart of the lover. And this is what we mean by the relationship between Allah Azza wa Jal and the Prophet ﷺ. So the Prophet ﷺ, his spirit is filled with love towards Allah Azza wa Jal. Ubudiyyah is a little bit lower level. So the ubudiyyah as well is out of love. And this is what we need to understand. That when the person is becoming a true abd, he has that love towards Allah Azza wa Jal, and he is out of love, he reached that stage. Two types of love. Love for the sake of Allah Azza wa Jal and love with Allah Azza wa Jal. If he did well with you, you're okay. But if he did wrong to you, you turn. This is not love. People will be turning to Allah Azza wa Jal. If things happened in their life in a beautiful way, they will be connected to Allah Azza wa Jal. But if things did not go well, they will turn. That's not love. That's not abudi. That's not worshipping of Allah Azza wa Jal. When we speak about the love, the two types of love that we spoke at the beginning. These two types of love, we have love for the sake of Allah. I love so and so for the sake of Allah. What does it mean for the sake of Allah? Because that person is obedient to Allah Azza wa Jal, I have that natural love to him which is coming from Islam, from my religion. That's love for the sake of Allah. And the Prophet ﷺ said, the iman of you, one of you, will not be complete until he loves for the sake of Allah. Meaning that his love is attached to that concept. Obedience to Allah, there is love. Disobedience, there is no love. Okay? And then there is love with Allah Azza wa Jal, which is the emotional love. That emotional love has nothing to do. It's with Allah, meaning that Allah Azza wa Jal is aside, and this love is aside. So it's with Him. Meaning that you have the love of Allah Azza wa Jal, or for the sake of Allah, and then the other type of love, which is emotional. That's why you see some people, for example, loving their wives, although their wives are not Muslims, Christians. They can marry a Christian woman, okay? But that Christian woman, they will have love to her, although she is not obedient to Allah Azza wa Jal. She is Christian. So that love is emotional love. Has nothing to do with religion. So these are the two loves. Allah said, say, O Muhammad, if your fathers, your sons, your brothers, your wives, your relatives, wealth, which you have obtained, commerce, wherein you fear decline, and dwellings with which you are pleased, are more beloved to you than Allah and His Messenger, and jihad in His cause, then wait until Allah executes His command, and Allah does not guide the defiantly disobedient people. This type of love is which love? So we have two loves here. So for example, brothers and wives, more beloved to you than Allah and His Messenger. So the love of Allah and His Messenger needs to be higher than the other types of love. And that's what we have to have in mind.